Hey man, I got a question. Like, since you're so big, like, does all the falling and all that stuff actually hurt, or you just like, just faking it?
Faking what?
Like, whenever you just throwing yourself and all that stuff, and they're kicking you, punching you, and all that stuff.
What do you mean? Is it fake?
Yeah.
Are you being funny?
Mm.
You watch wrestling, right?
I used to. I was when I was a kid though.
Who's this guy? This your guy?
Yes, sir.
And you guys know you gonna invite me here, and he gonna ask me some shit like that.
We don't want mama, bro. I mean,
You said, is it fake, Oos? Are you being for real right now, Oos? Like, for real, come on,
Shit,
bro.
question.
Nah, you trying to disrespect me or what?
I ain't doing anything. I just,
Come here, bro. Come here. Get your ass on this butt. Get your ass out here, bro. Come on, bro. Get your ass out of here.
it's just a question, man.
Nah, there ain't no question. You don't ask no professional wrestler that, bro. Get out of here.
what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Critical Media Podcast. It is currently late as fuck somehow. I don't know how. And I'm with my boy Eddie. Eddie. I'm the blind one, bro. And today we have a special guest with us. You missed last week's episode because I don't know how to hit record apparently. But today we were sure and certain to hit record because we have very, very, very special guest.
Hello.
That boy.
Hello.
It's my boy, Zilla Fatu. What's going on? Welcome to the Critical Media Shed. This thing is. How do you feel, man? Is it too tight? Is it cozy?
I feel good, man.
Yeah, feels good.
Oh, you got AC in here. We all.
We don't need AC in Texas. Nah, bro. What you mean?
Texas.
Nah, bro. It's like the best weather in the world.
I don't know about that. The best bipolar weather. Yeah, hello.
You see that storm that's coming around?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Man, I seen California. Everybody in California, hope you guys are safe, man. 'Cause I don't know if you saw that. It's the hurricane hitting right now.
And Hawaii too, right?
I think Hawaii.
Yeah.
Going through some crazy stuff right now. Was it a hurricane or what was that?
I don't know.
It was like some wildfire or something like that.
Wildfires too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
There's like 100 people already.
Now, welcome Zilla Fatu.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Zilla family.
Yeah, they thank you. Y'all just can't see them. They thank you, man. We pull it up. We pull it up. Let's get it. Hello.
Mama Zilla's like a vibe, bro. Now, welcome, man. Welcome, and I really appreciate you coming out. I know Jose did the contact for us, and honestly, man, I was kind of nervous though, a little bit, please.
Nervous?
Yeah, bro. How can I not be, man? Look at the bloodline that comes behind you. Look at the bloodline that's in front of us. Like, it's crazy, bro. I would have never in my life thought something like this, you know?
You kept going, though. You kept pushing. I kept pushing. That's what happened.
Hey, now that you're talking about in that topic, I want to talk about your slogan. You say a lot about on YouTube. Watch the people you hang around with.
Right.
You want to tell them the slogan like that?
So the slogan, I feel like it's universal. Everybody already know. Watch the company you keep around. For me, the reason why I always say that because growing up, my mom used to tell me, like, watch the friends that you around. You know, the ones that attract negative energy. That's what I'm gonna get. So at a young age, I really never seen that until I went to the end. Really thought about what she said, and when you in the pen, you got a lot of time to think. I had a lot of time to think. And I just remember my mom's voice always telling me that. So even in the pen, like when I was watching around, like while I was around, they got hot boys in the pen. They had people that want to, on some like negative energy. They want to like not go home. I want to go home. So I had to watch who I was around in there. I was just so blessed that I surrounded myself by like some real OGs and people that put me on game about life. Taught me everything I know right now. So ever since then, I've been watching, what I've been, who I've been keeping around, my energy that I'm around. I'm trying to master the energy that I'm around because once you master your energy that you're around, you're able to have leverage on where your life goes. So ever since I've been home, I've been doing a good job, right, Mama? So I've been doing a good job, and I've been doing good.
It's crazy, man. Because I remember when I was younger, my dad and my mom used to like tell me, like that person doesn't look good for you. watch out who you hang out with, because
And we'd be like, man.
yeah, we're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like they have my back. They have my back.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, hey, where the friends at? You know, and it's crazy because how juvenile we are, how we expect everything to work our way. We think that everything's gonna be perfect in our eyes. But what we fail to understand is that our parents already lived it.
Right.
You know, and it's crazy. Thankfully, I've met a guy that I've stuck around for a long time, regardless good and bad.
Hello.
Eddie, shout out
Hello.
Eddie.
Yeah. We gotta have that meeting for all the applause noise.
Well, how do you do that? How do you do
I
it?
don't want to do it too loud. I might break this shit. It was my greatest shit.
I've been hearing it on the wrestling shows, man. But I wanted to ask you before the pen and stuff, like who was Zilla Fatu before, you know, all the pen stuff, all this stuff, man? How were you as a kid, man? I'm curious because, you know, we see celebrities, we see their children, you know, we don't know what's behind the kids, you know. How was it growing up with such an influential family? You know, it's something I want to dig in. You know, as a
Right.
kid.
So growing up in the Samoan dynasty, it was like, for me growing up, it felt normal. Like it felt like a way of living. It felt, you know, just okay, this is what my life is about, like wrestling. And when you around that every day, all day, you get tired. So like going home, I never would really, like I watch wrestling only because my dad was on there and my uncle was on there. But if they're not on there, I'm not gonna watch wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it like that. I'm just gonna play my video game. But my mom used to like tell me like, hey, come sit down, like come watch him. He's finna come on. I'd be like, man, I'm trying to play my game. So now I wouldn't say growing up it felt normal. Like I feel like there's no other word that can express that. And I feel like going to school part, like going to the public school that I was going to, I feel like the energy and the attention I got from my classmates, my teachers, I feel like that was a blessing too, because obviously, you know, that comes with a lot of points.
Yeah.
You know, being Umaga son, and especially I was the only wrestler kids there.
Oh,
Yeah. Because Sheldon, he just oh, he does, but they're in Minnesota. But yeah, for me, it was I was always took it as a humbling, you know, experience.
but did it ever hit you? Like, did you ever think, oh, my dad's famous or anything? Like, did you just see it as normal? Was it normal? 'Cause, I mean, it wasn't just your dad; it was your pretty much before your dad too, right? Like,
Right. Well, I seen it go into effect when like I started getting in trouble in school, but then the teachers be like, you know, maybe you give me some tickets. Yeah. So
Why is it
I feel
always
like it
the
comes with a
teachers,
lot of
bro?
bonus points.
It's always the teachers,
So,
bro. It's
yes,
always, it's probably
yes.
all the teachers and family members. Nah.
Yeah, I want to say it came with a few bonus tips, you know, as far as getting out of trouble. But other than that, it felt normal. It felt normal going up. Yeah.
I've always wondered that, you know, because you see all these celebrities and their kids getting spoiled like this and that. Were you spoiled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You guys were a big family, right? Like,
Big family, yeah. Especially when Pops was here, like, just to put all y'all game, Pops was like the glue there. Like, keep everybody, you know, family oriented. And he was real big on that. And I feel like that's what, you know, I inherited from him. Like, seeing all my people come with me and you know, help them uplift while I'm going up, too. Not only my family, but meeting people like y'all, you know, people that's up and coming. Like, I love to see people win.
See, it's just a beautiful thing, like knowing that you were there supporting. You believed in somebody, you know,
From the beginning.
yeah, from when nobody believed in them.
So,
And that's a beautiful thing, and they're gonna remember it as well as you're gonna remember when they're behind your back. You know, like for example, you're gonna blow up way bigger than anybody expects. I don't know, you know, and it's going that way. But we had the honor to have you in here, meet your family. It's amazing, you know. Not everybody has this privilege, and I thank God and I thank you guys for coming out. It's truly a blessing.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And by the way, for the people that don't know, who is your dad? Everyone, well, may he rest his soul, but
Great Late Umaga.
uh,
Other characters he has, 3 Men in the Morning, Jamal and Rosie. Yeah, before that, he was just an independent wrestler. Hekmo Fatu or Jamal Fatu. The future Hall of Famer, yeah, it's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen for sure. Oh yeah.
I was a big fan of your dad.
Myself, bro.
I was scared of your dad, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody was scared.
It was-
I was scared.
Bro, it was. Undertaker, your dad, Boogeyman, Rakishi for some reason. I was scared as fuck of Rakishi. Yeah,
Can't this game?
Nah.
Can't scare me.
For real? Nah, man.
He probably just didn't want to get squished. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Like, man, I don't want no guy's butt in my face. No, but Rikishi is your uncle, right? If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
sir. That's my dad's brother.
Dad's brother.
Dad's older brother, to be specific.
When does that start? When does that line start from your family? Like, it goes way back, doesn't it?
The family tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. And I'm still learning about my family. You can ask her. Like, I'm asking her questions. Just like you asked me, I'm asking her questions.
That family tree right here.
Yeah.
No.
When it comes to family, you gotta direct your questions to Mama
To
Zilla.
Mama Zilla.
Facts. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Nah, I mean, it's just amazing to know, like, somebody you grew up watching. Like I said, I was terrified of your dad, bro. I don't know what it was about your dad. I was like, that guy could kill somebody. But once you get out of high school, well, you graduated high school?
No, sir. I was in the pen.
I wasn't in the band, but I could tell.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind us asking, what is it that led up to that? How did that even happen, bro? If you don't mind us asking.
How that happened? Really, it just happened by me being in the streets, being lost. Back what we were saying about keeping the wrong crowd around me, like I had the wrong negative energy around me every day, all day. So when you around that, you fall into what they doing, like you just lost. You don't know where you gonna end up, be dead or in jail or wherever else, you know. So it led up to just being in the streets, being dumb, being young, without no plan. I didn't know what my values, my morals was. My mama was consistently there to try to give me the right game and knowledge, but it just didn't click. It was like being young and being lost. You're not trying to hear that. Not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
And like I say, when I went away, bro, and went to the pen, like she was always there. Like I learned everything how you say it, that I needed was right here. I didn't see it. Like I was blind. So I feel like leading up, going into not only the pen but juvenile. I was in and out juvenile. You can ask her. Like,
Did you ever had a mentor like inside?
a mentor.
Yeah.
We're in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone that really watch you over.
But when I was in juvenile, like I'm gonna be real. Only time I have a mentor is because he'll bring food. That's the only reason why it didn't really register with me that he was trying to help me.
Yeah.
Because I'm still lost. I'm still committing the same mistakes that I did. So I didn't learn what I did until I got to the big dogs, you know, the real prison.
Yeah.
And so yeah, back to your question, Luke, I feel like I didn't have no plan. That's what led to me being here. Not here, but like, you know.
Yeah. When you were in prison, right?
Yeah.
It's a difference. Juvenile. But was there any thought in your head like, man, like I let everybody down, like what am I gonna do with my life?
Yeah. Nah. When I first my first year was the hardest. My first 2 years of my incarceration was the hardest years of my life. It was like the hardest 2 years of my life because when I was 16 and I got 10 years. It was hard for me to accept that. Like it was hard for me to be like, damn, I got 10 years, so I'm finna go away and do it like it's nothing. I ain't gonna lie, I was crying. You know, the same night that I got my 10 years, I was crying because it was like, damn, like that's it. This is what my life, like this how it's gonna end. And thinking about it, like I used to think about my mom. She always was there. She was always like continuously showing me the love that our mother, you know, is supposed to. And I was blind. It was like I was like, so the whole time, my first 2 years, it was like, damn, I let my mom down, my brothers down, my family down, my pops down, and you know, I didn't really care, you know. But I didn't start caring until I started seeing people die, and you feel me? I started seeing, you know, a lot of other stuff that I can't really explain. You know, I'm saying, I'll say it on the podcast, but yeah, I feel like the pen is really what shaped me up. I needed that. I needed that.
While you were in there, was there any thought that you wanted to go into the rest of your life, or you didn't know what you were going to do once you got out?
I mean, nah, but there was little, like, you know how little stuff that be happening to you throughout life, Like God be giving you signs, be throwing you signs, but it's up to you to catch it.
Yes, sir.
So like, you know, the pen that I was at, like wrestling was big. Everybody used to watch it. But I used to be like, man, y'all turn something else on, put the game on, put basketball on, put football, boxing on. They always want to watch wrestling. So I feel like those moments right there is what kind of like planted a seed. And I want to say like maybe a week before I came home, I see my cousins watching them, and one of the OGs pulled up and he was like, bro, Zilla, you need to go do that. And I'm like, OG, you tripping? I'm not finna do this. He was like, see, that's what's wrong with you. Like, you got to take advantage. Everybody doesn't have the opportunity that you have when you go home. Everybody is not Umaga's son. Everybody's not related to Rock and you know, Rikishi, the bloodline, Uso. Everybody's not there. Like, there's only one Zilla Fatu. So you can rather go home and see where the rest of that shit goes, or you can just go home and just live a normal life. And then he's what installed in my mind, like, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do in order for you to do what you want to do down the line. So I kind of, you know, see the picture I'm painting?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How did Mama Zilla take it whenever?
Did I ask her?
Yeah.
But I got what? How was it?
Percent reaction right now.
Yeah. I feel like, it was, I wouldn't say I was nervous. It was just, at first I was talking to Sheldon. You know, Sheldon Benjamin. He was real close to my dad, just in case y'all didn't know that. He's another wrestler too. I talked with Sheldon, and the conversation we had, he was just like, man, you gotta ask Mama. And at that time, I'm like, why I gotta ask her? Like, why do I need her approval? That's why, like, when I asked her and I got her approval, now I see what Sheldon was talking about. Because it would have been hard for me to like go down this route and not have her support. Like I don't know, I probably wouldn't even be here with y'all. So I feel like when Sheldon told me that, I was kind of like, man, why not ask my mama? Like, because it's my life, you know? So when I asked her, I'm like, oh, okay. So, and that just goes with keeping the right people around,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
giving you the right knowledge, right wisdom, and all that.
So Mama Zilla was okay with it from the start? Yeah?
I mean, with anything I do, you know, she still, regardless of what Zilla Fatu want to do, y'all, she always gonna be rocking with me,
That's good.
for sure.
I mean, I'm
That's
pretty sure.
parents' love right there.
Yeah, and then you get support from your family, which is the biggest thing. And, yeah, that's great. So you get out, you decide to go. I seen the video where you were explaining how like the incarceration process happens afterwards, you know. And it's crazy how like people that didn't commit a crime aren't eligible for parole.
Right.
Is that something that happens often, or is it just like does it depend on the person or the people?
It always happens. It always happens. Like, that's why, and that's what opened my eyes up to a whole nother degree too on the system. Because not only that I'm living in it, I'm seeing the stuff that's going on. Like, you know, people that staying out of trouble that has zero write-ups, that has zero majors or minor cases, they don't have no write-ups. And then boom, whenever they come up for parole and their cases you know, goes to the parole board and it's up to them to approve the parole, it gets what's called declined. They don't go home. And then versus you have somebody else that's getting in trouble, getting in fights every week, getting major cases, minor cases every week, and still make parole. But it makes sense because they know that, okay, if he's getting in trouble, we don't let him go, he's gonna come with, right?
Right.
So
It's a
when I
correct
seen that, I'm
system.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna be no normal statistic.
Yeah, there's some people that just they prefer to go back in jail and just hang.
It's crazy. And I seen the videos, man, of you working out. Man, I need some of that workout routine, bro.
Yeah.
We both
Yeah,
do.
yeah, man. Man, his dude used to have a six pack. Now he drinks six pack. That's all he does.
Nah, he's the six
I
pack.
I still work out. I do 12-ounce girls.
Yeah, you see?
Okay,
12 ounce.
hello. As long as you're doing something.
Me too.
Instead of a six-pack, I got a mini keg.
Yeah, okay. Hello.
I want to ask you about the Booker T. The book is it the training camp that he has here in Texas
The
City?
school,
The
yes.
school,
Training school.
the training school. What was your experience walking into the gym for the first time?
It felt like I was supposed to be here. Like it felt like, okay, this was what was really gonna happen. And it was up to me, like, on how I'm gonna make my impact. Like I said, I told everybody, y'all not the first people that I told this to. It doesn't matter who I'm related to. That shit does not matter if I'm not putting the work in.
Mm-hmm.
So People think it's easier for me because I'm related to whoever, but it's really not. It's really hard. So I'm gonna get it down.
Comes with more expectations.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it comes with more responsibility.
Right.
Because it's like they're putting you to carry that name for as long as you can, and I feel like it's a pressure more than anything.
Yeah, because I don't want to let them down,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, because the other day I was just looking at a whole list on, everybody who was wrestling in my family, like the small dynasty. Hey, I'm not trying to be the least like that. So I was like, I got to do something.
How do you feel like towards other wrestlers, like second and third generations, when you have someone like Cody Rhodes and like Dominic Mysterio, you think they're going through the same thing to us or something?
Yeah, especially Cody. Cody had his pops was doing it, his brother was also doing it, and then he got released or whatever happened with his contract. Like he had to leave WWE to find himself.
Yeah.
And then he came back, and that's where he is right now. But I feel like second generations, bro, it's hard, bro, because you have somebody that came before you that was related to you that came in the game and made a big impact on the game. So now when they see you, which is the the spinning image of your dad or whatever, they're gonna expect that, or not more. So on my behalf, it makes it hard, but I'm gonna get it down. I'm gonna get it down, for sure.
Oh man, and Dominic.
Yeah, shout out down, dirty down.
Man, I just want to say that 619 Lacey, is just us Mexican. We got some raza, man. But whenever
shout out to Lucha, man. Hello.
When Eddie Guerrero passed away, that hit us hard, man.
I thought you were gonna say when I passed away.
No,
Still here.
You're still Guerrero when you get. But when he passed away, it hit us hard, because you see your dad, like, Dad, you got hurt. Like, are you okay? Anything?
I feel like one of those questions I didn't even say or think that around my dad or nothing.
No?
I knew who my dad was, so it's kind of hard for me to answer that, because I see my dad him being the hero that he is. So he didn't have to go on TV to show me that he's that guy. I knew who he was. So as far as wrestling being fake, I lived it. They made me believe.
Yeah.
Growing up, I feel like my favorite wrestling. I know they're gonna bash me for this. It's okay, but I feel like the best wrestling era for me was '04 to '09.
Oh yeah, that's when we were growing up.
Yeah, that's what we were watching.
So when Rey Mysterio was in his prime during 619, before he took off his mask.
Yes, they had a mean lineup. Oops.
Oh yeah, big time. John Cena was in his
Triple
prime.
H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. Everybody was at their peak.
Oh yeah.
So Bobby Lashley, all of them, had a lot of people, bro.
I want to ask you, because I know there's another relative that does your dad's move in the ring. Are you taking that over? Are you gonna do a little wrestling match?
Me and him?
Yeah. That'd be kind of interesting, to be honest, bro.
I ain't really think of it like that.
But it's
Because I think at this point it's not like, if you're ever gonna make it to that point, but it's more like when you get to that point.
Yeah, when you get to that point.
Because if you think about it, I feel like more than anything it's gonna happen eventually.
I mean, I can see why people want that. I can see why want that, but if it came down to me, I'd rather work with them. I'd rather see both of us succeed.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Would you mind doing that move on my buddy?
I will. You ready?
Believe it or not, we'll talk about this in a little
Let's
bit.
get it right now.
I want to try some of those moves. I seen the trainings and everything. That looks easy, but I'm pretty sure that's draining.
If I'm getting the spike, you're getting the single drop.
No.
One of y'all said something.
No, fine, no. He gets both. Can we do a draw and somehow rig it?
Put on my YouTube channel.
Right.
Hey, you want to shout out your YouTube channel while we're at it?
Oh yeah, man. Y'all go tap in with me. Really, everything is under Zilla Fatu, ZIlla Fatu. My YouTube, like I say, is under Zilla Fatu. Everything's under there. All platforms, all social media is on the same thing.
But I wanted to ask you this. This was one question that was digging in my brain. You get out of jail and stuff. How was everything when you came back out? Was everything changing to you? Was everything normal? What was that transition from before you went into jail to when you got out? I know the burgers probably tasted way different.
No, I did. So the transition, my last day in the pen, it was like every second, every minute went by slow. So, but leading up to me getting out, I didn't really have a normal first day out. You know, at that time my brother was moving, so my first day out I was moving furniture.
Oh damn!
So when I seen this, I'm like, man, like,
Can wait till tomorrow.
that's my first day out. I didn't even get nothing to eat. We stopped at the gas station because I had a TDC. I don't know about any other state, but Texas they give everybody $50 when they leave. So I got the $50 and I shot straight to the gas station and buy junk food and all types of stuff. Then I called my brother and told him that, you know, I'll call my family, let them know I was home. And then yeah, she said something like, "Oh, we gotta go pick this furniture up." I'm like, "From what? What we doing?" I'm trying to sit down and chill, get a shower or something, you know.
She's trying to take it back. She had another body.
I know, right?
Was it at least Buc-ee's?
Huh?
Was it at least Buc-ee's?
What do you mean?
Did you go to Buc-ee's or no? 7-Eleven?
No, it was Chevron.
Yeah.
It was right down the street from the pen.
Yeah, you should have took him to Buc-ee's at least.
Nah, because I told her, I was like, "Man, stop at the gas station." And at that time, when I came home, I had my new phone. They had me a phone ready. So I was just going to the phone, I'm like, dang. I'm like, stop at the gas station.
Instagram was already activated and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already had that.
How many
My
followers?
brother had it already.
Because right now you're like at 57,000 followers or something like that.
Like that. See, I like
Yeah.
the way you think. Nah, man. But I'm
No,
at,
were you
I'm
almost
at
there?
36.
No, let's say 57. 57. You probably hit that after this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello. Let's get it. Subscribe right now. Like and comment right
I
now.
think if anything, he's gonna do that favor for
I know,
us.
right? But
Nah, we all play a role in this oops. We all
Yeah, for sure, man.
For sure.
when did you start noticing all that attraction coming towards you?
After Book posted that I was started my training at reality wrestling. The first picture. Yeah, the first day. The first day I was there.
Training.
Because after the training, they took a picture. And he was like, "Hey, stand in front of that, stand in front of that sign." So I stand in front of it, they took it. And then, oops, on the way back, my page just blew up.
Really?
It just, ever since then, I've been, you know, going up.
Grinding.
Still to this day, going up. You know,
I bet you that's a good feeling though, knowing how much support is coming.
it is,
in.
especially coming home after this long, you know.
Were you
Feels good.
expecting that?
Not this fast. No, I was expecting all this. I knew, and I still know that I'm gonna do something with myself, and I still know that I'm gonna make an impact. I just didn't know it was gonna happen this fast. You was thinking about it, because it hasn't really been 2 years since I came home.
I see your channels and everything. Your first Thanksgiving,
Yep.
you know, all the holidays and everything
Yep.
coming back. And I saw the video where you were talking about how it just all hit me at once,
Yeah.
bro. Because no lie, like you made me and my dad's relationship kind of bond back and forth. Because I started realizing like it's not okay to be mad at somebody for something small. You know, it doesn't matter the situation. Everything has a purpose in life. And listening to you say that, you know, it caught you off guard, and it caught me off guard because, like I said, I was in a fight with my dad.
Right.
I don't know where things were going. And thanks to your video, like it opened my eyes. I'm like, man, like this isn't okay. You know, it's time for me to open my eyes and get good with my dad. Because no matter what, he's doing things to better his life.
Right.
It's my turn to better his life.
Right.
You know, because he did everything he could for me. It's my turn to take that and turn it on him, help him out when he needs me. Because what better does it do? What good is it gonna do if I'm following bad footsteps that he always told me to stay away from? You know? And I saw that video, and no lie, I was at work, bro, like trying to hold back my tears. The way you talked about your dad was like, I wanted that, you know? And now that I'm finally getting back in contact with him, it feels nice.
For sure.
And I just want to say shout out to you, man,
For
because
sure.
there's a lot of people that are going through stuff like that, blaming not just parents, you know, other family members. It's not worth the fight. Because at the end of the day, family is what you got. And if you got them, cherish them, because you never know when is going to be their last day. And with that being said, hopefully Jose's outside, because we got a little something for you, bro.
Okay,
We'll see you guys in a
hello.
second.
Hello. Hopefully I don't gotta slam nobody.
Nah. Let me see. So before you hand it to him, we know your dad never got to see you wrestle.
Hey,
And-
hold up.
We wanted to do something special for you.
Yeah.
We've been planning it since we found out you were going to come.
For sure.
And Mr. Jose, your customizer did something small. Something in a quick notice.
Yeah.
So, Jose, if you want to hand it to him real quick.
Oh, man.
We wanted a representation for you, bro, to
Yeah.
kind of show you, you know, your dad watching you, bro. He's not
So,
he's not anywhere, but he's around you with your family. He's gonna be watching you in the ring in WrestleMania.
it's all love. Appreciate it, man.
That's it.
Show it to
Show
show
me
it
see
show it
that,
out.
man. Come on, man.
Yeah. 23.
See, y'all zoom in. Yeah, zoom in on that mug.
Point it down a little bit more.
Hello.
There you go.
Man, I know 23 is what I remember from when I was little. You know?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Nah, we was there. I was there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I remember that.
Jose went to go get you. He's like, man, it better not be Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I know, right? Look, that's WrestleMania 23.
Look, Mom, it's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're gonna take a small break.
Yeah, appreciate it, Oops.
Yes. So, how'd you like your gift? We're back from break, by the way.
Yeah.
How was that gift?
Gift was loud. Gift was emotional, bro. You know, Pops was definitely there for my debut. That's the first painting I got. And since I've been home. So that, you know, that's definitely going up, you know, on the wall, bro. So shout out to Jose. Shout out to the whole team, crew, media. It's definitely going up on the wall tonight. Hello.
Now, shout out definitely Aztec Customs. Jose with Aztec Customs because he pulled that off. And
He said
Today.
he started it this morning.
yeah, he's been so busy doing other people's shoots, so it's gonna keep him busy. But besides that, bro, I'm glad he liked it. It was something that I had in mind, you know.
Yeah.
For a while, I've been trying to get it to you for a minute, but I'm glad it got to you, and I'm glad you liked it. And like I said, I wanted to make it different. I wanted to be sure you got something, you know. It's not only receiving, but giving to other people. It's like
Right.
blessings on blessings, you know.
Yeah.
If I give, maybe one day God will bless us back.
Right. They got a saying, never let the blessings end on you.
Serious. Even if it doesn't come back,
That's good.
I'm sure we bless him. You know? We always say we try to bless everybody, you know,
Right.
once in a while.
But painting is different. It's like I got a lot of stuff, you know, from everybody, but painting that's different. And I know that takes time, you know. 'Cause I don't know how to paint. Man, y'all know how to paint?
I can draw a turkey, man.
I'm trying.
Elementary style.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Before we went on break, I mean, I know we talked a little bit, caught up, and one of the questions that I had, I searched up was your religion, bro.
Right.
You recently became Muslim.
Yes, sir.
Muslim. Does that? Well, first of all, when did that come to be? Because I read somewhere around there that you started getting into that religion while you were in prison, in jail,
Right.
or whatever, and then you kind of didn't believe it, as everybody does with every kind of religion.
Right. So remember how I was telling y'all earlier throughout the interview that God like throw you these signs. So like in the pen, I was just fortunate to be around some Muslims, you know, and the way they was moving in there, it was different, you know. They captured my attention, you know, not just by like how they move, but how they carry themselves. And, one thing about being a Muslim, you have to have a lot of discipline, you know. And there's definitely regulations that you have to follow, you know, being a Muslim. So with me, it was just more of just certain highlights throughout my life, you know, showing me that, hey, you know, really me this, you know, really me in this way. So I feel like I wasn't taking it serious at first, because you know when somebody tells you, oh man, you know, this what's gonna happen when you do this, this what's gonna happen when you get this, or this what's gonna happen when you you know, become one. But it never really like actually, how you say it, I didn't take it serious in the beginning. So my last 2 years of pen, I really sat down and, you know, analyzed who I was. And I didn't take my Shahada. Those of you guys don't know, Shahada is like the process of becoming a Muslim. You know, that's the first step you got to do. I didn't take that till, you know, last year. And I wanted to wait till I got out, you know, to do it. Because I didn't want to do it in there. Because I felt like, why would I have another brother that's trying to find himself do my Shahada? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
why would
yes.
I'm not taking, you know, nothing away from any brothers in there, it was just different. I wanted to wait till I get out to solidify it. So, yeah, it was definitely a long process. It wasn't an overnight thing. It wasn't like, oh, I'm finna, You know, I wake up this morning and be like, oh, I want to do this. Nah, it was, you know, highlights throughout my life. And yeah, I'm here. I'm happy. You know, that's what brings me peace. You know.
So may I ask your family, are you guys religious as well? You guys are Muslims as well?
Nah,
No? You guys are not any kind of religion?
they Israelites.
I'm a Jew, man.
Yeah.
Jewish?
I think we got different ones. We have all different ones in our family. You know. But,
And see, it's still nice because as Hispanics, you know, we hear all kinds from Christians, Catholics, Jehovah's Witness, and everybody for some reason hates each other. Instead of loving one another, you know, religion is just the title. Like for me,
right.
we all have a believer, you know, and it's up to you to have faith in that believer. Doesn't matter what anybody else tells you, you know, like, I don't mind, you know, we're all human. But at the same time, everybody has to believe in something.
Right.
Whoever makes
Yeah, and the respect. You know.
Respect each
Respect
other's
each other.
Yeah,
religion.
that's it. Respect. Respect goes a long way. So
What made you find your peace with that religion?
it was just, you know, every religion has different teaching.
Mhm.
Just like you said, it's just up to us to, like, you know, figure out what we can connect with. So with me, you know, I feel like when I'm at peace is when I'm praying. So when I do pray, it's like like this before I became a Muslim. I pray, but I wouldn't have no specific prayer. You know, so it took time. Like I told you, it took time for me to register who I'm praying to. And when I figured out who I'm praying to, I connected more. You know, it felt comfortable. It felt like, okay, this is what feels right. You know? But just like you said, everybody got their own different cup of tea. You know, my family, we got different type of religion. You know, whatever. But what floated my boat was, you know, obviously being a Muslim. So I feel like it was the peace that came with it. It was the just being comfortable, you know, in my own skin. You know, and knowing who I am.
You feel at ease.
Yeah, at ease. Right.
I love that.
And I'm still learning, Bruce. I'm still learning.
And see, the only reason I ask is that I always contemplate in my head, like, what religion is the correct one? And then we had Cornelius White, shout out Cornelius White, which he said, it doesn't matter what religion you choose to, you know, go with. What matters is which one you choose to be comfortable with.
Right.
You know? And I love that, like I said, you guys have different religions in your family, like you mentioned, and it's comforting, you know, because why hate? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the race, the color, where you come from, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to bleed the same color I do.
Right.
I'm going to look out for you, I'm going to look out for your family. Doesn't matter who it is, you know? And religion is one of those things that people seem to just hate. Why hate?
Right.
Love.
And also just doing whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to be happy worrying about other people.
Exactly. Right.
I mean, if you're not happy, be miserable by yourself. You know what I mean? And like I said, you guys got here, you guys, man, got energies.
Yeah.
Man, it reminds me of when we were
Hello.
kids, man. You were kids, you know, as Hispanics, the energy's there. Our family's just there. And I felt that coming from you guys. You guys are, it's awesome. Where are you guys from again? If I didn't
Samoa, American Samoa.
Americans? How do you say
Samoa.
Samoa. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn that. I mean, where you guys are from. It's because it's big.
Me too.
It's big. Yeah, I know. I see people ask you, like, hey, what is it like? Like, I don't know. I'm learning this. I know it too. It's pretty cool. Like, I don't know.
You
man.
want to tell them where it is, though? Like, tell them where it is.
It's right by Hawaii.
Right under Hawaii.
On the islands in Hawaii.
Maybe you can edit the video to show Hawaii right here.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Some little right
Yeah.
A little pop.
I got
See
you.
there? It's right here.
I
Some
got
little
you.
right here. Hawaii up here.
Somehow I mess it up and I end up in Africa.
Or Somalia.
That's a whole different continent.
Somalian.
It was just the other way around. On the other side of the globe. It was other side. Hey.
You missed it.
I remember I was telling Jose, because we were talking, and I was like, hey, bro, I got you in contact with Zilla.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like, this is amazing. You sent me a message. And you
Voice
said,
memo, right?
no, you just sent me a text. You're like, Oos. I'm like, in my head, I was like, what's Oosay? Oosay. I told Jose, I was like, bro, I don't know what he's trying to tell me. Like, I don't know if he's like typing something. I didn't know that meant bro for you guys. Like, it was like brother. Like,
Yeah.
Is it family or is it?
Nah, it's brother. Yeah, it just means brother and some more.
So,
It's
So
Uso?
you know how.
yes, that means.
Yeah, you know how for you guys, you be like, "What's up, SA?" Or I don't know if y'all say that or what, but you know, for us, it's
No,
like,
for us
say,
that's
"What's up,
racist.
Moose?"
No, just figure imagine. Yeah, for us that's racist, bro.
It is.
Nah.
I say my other SA partner. What's up, SA? What's up, amigo?
For us Hispanics, we say a lot of different ways.
What's
you know?
up? Hey, wait, what's up?
Yeah, there you go. You
Yeah,
say
go
same way.
ahead.
Not like for me, my wife's side of the family, they're from Guanajuato, so over there they say vale.
Vale. It's a
Vale.
What
Well,
is
it's
V
the
or V?
With the V.
Yeah, but,
Vale.
but it's the same thing too. It's like
Vale.
Órale, vato.
Hello.
Oh, fuck, it's funny, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know why.
Got a lot of essays, man.
Man,
Got a lot of essay friends.
it's just
Love y'all, bro.
community's big, bro. I'm pretty sure you guys get confused with Mexicans somehow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. I know Filipinos. I know they hate it, but they get confused with Mexicans. They're like, what the fuck?
That's why. Yeah, y'all better get it straight. Come on now. Y'all better get it straight for you get spiked.
No, bro. When you got out, not when you got out of prison, but now that you're in the sport of wrestling and everything,
Hello.
who do you look up to?
In the wrestling business?
Yeah, it doesn't even
I-
need to be in wrestling. Actually, it can be anywhere.
I definitely look up to Sheldon Benjamin.
Sheldon Benjamin.
Yeah, he's definitely a family friend for us for a long, long time. Maybe only because of the age that I met him. Because I met Sheldon at a young age, like when I was 6 or 7. And ever since then, I've been knowing him since then. But yeah, Sheldon's definitely one of the individuals I look up to because the man just has longevity. You know, the game that he's giving me is not filtered. You know, everything's just it's what you're doing wrong. Like he's not beating around the bush. Whenever he's trying to help me, he's not trying to like cut it. He's gonna give me the raw stuff. So I appreciate that. Not only that, the time that he's dedicating to what I have going on. Because he's still signed to WWE. He still travels. But the love that he still has for me and my family, like that means a lot, especially to my mom. So he's always there to like guide me and whenever I need him, I call him. And he's always there. Like he's a reliable friend. He's always gonna be there.
Like we say in a Hispanic household, we have a saying that says "Cuentas claras, amistades largas," which pretty much means, "Be honest with me, and our friendship will go a long way." Yeah.
Facts. That's
Yeah.
real too.
I mean, why beat around the bush?
That's real.
I mean, just be straight up.
How's Book in person?
How's who?
Booker T.
How's he in person?
Yeah, because I mean, one thing is us, growing up watching him as a wrestler, but
I still see him oily for some reason. I had that picture.
I think everybody knows that. Not me though, not me.
Nah, I know you said it, bro.
Yeah. But Book, he's I mean, whenever he comes around his students, because that's the only perspective I can speak from. He takes it very serious. He knows that this is a business, and he knows that we're his how you say it. We represent him.
Yeah.
So when we're at his school, there's a certain way that he wants everything to be incorporated. So we have to respect, because he's a Hall of Famer, and he built this, just from scratch, just like for everybody else. And I'm just a student at his school, so I want to say he's very laid back. He's very on hands, and he's just like Sheldon, straight to the point. You got to understand Sheldon and Booker T, their era is different from what's going on right now. So the learning experience for them was different. The process of them becoming a wrestler was different, but they still live by it, So, I know that whenever they're hard on me, it's not personal. Like, it's just they want to see me win. They want to see me, But like I say, it's the business at the end of the day. So he's not playing when it comes to business. Got a lot in store, man. A lot in store.
Where do you think you see yourself? I know everybody says in 5, 10 years, but I want to know where do you see yourself ending this year? Because everybody could say what they want and be like, 10 years I'm gonna do this and this and this. But with what's going on now, what do you see happening for you before the year ends? Or what's one goal before the year ends that you're like, that's what I want to achieve? And that's
Well, I know for a fact when people bring up independent wrestling, like my name gonna be in that conversation, without a doubt. You're not gonna mention independent wrestling and not say Zilla Fatu, or just Fatu. Period. We in there. But for me, I feel like at the end of this year, it was like Zilla Fatu. I'm already on the map. But
Sure.
I need to be solidified and let people know that this is only the beginning. You know, because every week I'm getting better. Every week my team is getting stronger. We're getting just better. We elevate. You know, and we prove it too. You know. Hello.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, it was the end of this year, like independent scene. Be on the lookout. You know,
I
be
read
on
it.
the lookout.
I seen those matches. I even seen the trainers and everything be kind of impressed of you, like putting off the moves with ease and everything, you know. And like I said, it runs in the bloodline. Which is, huh? Maybe have you wrestled before? Have you gotten into these kids? Like, hey, come on, like beat their ass.
Nah, she don't need wrestling to beat all that.
Remember, I had 4
She don't
boys.
need that.
Oh,
So
Yeah, she got 4 boys,
that-
y'all.
that's all I
Mama
I
Z
had.
raised 4 boys, no girls, 4 boys. I'm the youngest.
man. So he was the spoiled one, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah, because it's the first one always gets bitched at. The second one is like in and out, you know. The
Yeah.
third one's the forgotten one. And
You ain't lying too. Hello. Yeah, on point. Let me find out you the third one. Let me find out you the third one.
We're both the oldest in our
We're the
family.
oldest, but I'm the only boy in the family.
Yeah.
So they expect a lot from me. You know, so that's funny, bro.
That's crazy.
He's like,
Yeah, that's
that sounds about right. man."
I know that quote.
When I had a PlayStation 2, I had to give it in. Yeah, it sounds good, bro.
I mean, speaking about training and all that stuff, do you have like any type of routine like that you do after practicing or like after a match? Like, I don't know, you take your
We go eat, Moose.
go eat.
We go eat.
I seen you at the burger spot that they have,
Trill
Trill
Burgers.
Burger.
Chill burger.
Yeah,
Shout out Trill Burger.
Shout Trill Burger. Shout out to Bun B, man.
Man, you know,
Shout out to Bun B.
you met Paul Wall recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
How is he, man? That's one guy I've been
Cool,
trying to
man. He
bring in.
clear.
I've been trying to get that, man. I commented on all his TikToks. I sent him DMs like, hey, bro.
Nah, you can't get him like that. You can't get him like that. Hey, Oos, whenever you see him at certain events or whatever, pull up on him. That's what I did. You know, I pull up on him. You know, he had his own guest room backstage. You know, I couldn't go, but I went. I just pulled up. Hey.
Domino's.
Yeah, so.
You got to any Astros games? Any football
I never
games?
been to an Astro. It's crazy you say that because the other day we went to the Texas game, but I never been to an Astros game.
It's fun, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I gotta go. We sliding. Have y'all been to?
No, we just
No.
went 2 days ago.
Never.
No?
You been to the Astros game?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
Yeah, we just went 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to a Texans game, though.
I gotta slide.
I haven't gone to a Texans. I never been to a wrestling match either.
No.
Oh, we in there. I got you. We in there.
Hey, but I'm gonna go if I can film and take pictures.
So,
That'd be dope. So we got
Yeah. I went to my first wrestling match was when
Your
they
bedroom doesn't count, bro.
No. Nah. It was a night of champions, night of vengeance, something like that. It was when
night at the museum.
no, it was the night that Chris Benoit was supposed to wrestle when he wasn't there. Yeah,
that was a beast. The rest is soul, though. Real talk.
Who have you met from the wrestling? Like
a lot of
everyone.
people.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here all day. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you ever like
Yeah.
one of them were like kind of like fanboying or anything like that?
What you mean?
Like you were really excited to see them or meet with them and stuff.
Oh yeah, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, and John Cena. Yeah, those are the ones. You know, and my dad be like, "Hey, calm down."
Were you able to see him?
Ooh,
John Cena?
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? At that time, remember my dad had a beef with him. Remember they had back and forth. They had their own storyline.
That's
At one
right.
point in time, and I was backstage. Shout out to Dom. That's why I say me and Dom, we've been like in the wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, me and Dom used to be backstage, like running around, and I always go to like mess up, all their stuff in the locker room. I just go around picking up stuff, and the pops would get on my ass about that shit. So, shout out to Dom. Though. Me and Dom had so many stories, bro, being stepped backstage and doing all types of dumb stuff.
Hey, you gotta bring them here.
That'd be cool,
Like, yo,
man.
that's all right.
Don, I remember seeing him the first time because like I said, I left the wrestling scene for a while. Like I was
Right.
over it, but when I came back, it was when Rey Mysterio was beefing with his son. John. And I was like, man, this shit is dope, bro. Like I gotta get back into this. Like it sounds.
Now Ray has the belt.
Yeah, I know. I seen
Both
that.
of them have the belt. That's lit. Like that right there. Who's like, man, I wish I knew that feeling. You know, especially Pops being here. And I definitely knew he would definitely have his own, world heavyweight run. And it would have been live if I was at NXT, had my own belt. You know.
Oh, well, you will one day though.
Oh, for sure. I'm just talking about the fatherly, son thing. But yeah, NXT, hey,
How does it feel seeing Dom now on ring? Like, did you?
Bro, it's so motivating, news. Like, he inspired me too, though. You know, because like, even though we was young and we was like playing around the ring, like it's crazy because just to even witness him being at a young age, to seeing him now, it's beautiful, bro. I don't even know how to describe it. Ain't about it. So,
You're happy for his success.
yes, I am happy, bro. And then I know that when I get up there, it's gonna be even more beautiful because me and him gonna be traveling together, living life. You know what I'm saying? Being the friends that we was, and reestablishing ourselves.
Y'all gonna get the two little kids running around locked up too.
Man, really doing something this time, you know?
Yeah.
You know what
So-
I just had in mind?
What?
Damn.
With the tag team.
Nah, not that, bro. I just
What?
had a picture. You guys were talking about you and him running around the ring, destroying the backstage. I don't know, a video idea came in my head of two little kids running around destroying stuff, and then the curtains open to both of you walking off the stage, man, into a wrestling ring.
Bro, that's like a movie right there.
That's insane, bro. That's what just popped out of my head. Like, that'd be a cool video. Shout out Don, man. Shout out his dad, Rey Mysterio, because, man, we've been fans. I've been fans since we were kids. I remember they never bought me their little wrestling things, you know, little ring. I always wanted them. I played with rocks, so one of them was The Rock. And, but it was dope, you know. I miss those days, man. Like, it fulfills us as grown-ups, you know.
It brings your inner child.
Your inner child, you know. And it's nice that you bring that up, you know, like reminding yourself of that.
Yeah, because this time, especially me and Dom, it was like all the times we had, growing up as a youngin', and for us to be where we at, right now, the success that he has, then my story, coming up, like, it's just going,
It's just waiting to happen.
yes, it's gonna be beautiful and it's gonna be lit, and we gonna keep it lit, for the family, because he's family business too. Pops,
Oh, yeah.
his uncle, aunt, bro. Rey Mysterio got definitely a big legacy too. The Mysterio family, within the wrestling club. So,
I love this, man.
yeah.
It just brings my inner child out. I just remember sitting around the TV.
Yeah. Hello.
Yo, on Peacock they actually have
The old reruns,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Come on.
all that, bro.
Yeah.
I remember choke slamming my sister.
Oh, man.
Hey, you know which one does hurt? The freaking the one that Jericho does, the wall of Jericho.
Oh yeah, the submission.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, dude,
Where he turns them
he
around,
turns them around.
like he
like-
messes up their leg, like he bends their leg.
Oh yeah, he goes with like kind of
Walls
like a
Jericho,
princess, yeah.
And
Once he tell you.
I'll tell you what, my back's hurt.
That's why Ooch, before the episode comes on, says don't try this at home.
Yeah. Well, we still tried
Nah,
it.
oh, it does, right?
We still did it, yeah,
Come
we
on.
still did it.
We still did it.
Hello, still did it, man.
Nah, but this is where we're gonna end the podcast. It's still,
Hello, see how yeah.
Hey, I might have to try
Yeah.
some of y'all food sometime. I heard y'all's food is good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going good.
Shit, I'll make the drive. It's an hour from Houston to Houston.
It's good. We trying to
know,
be on
right?
diet.
Nah, for real. Nah. You're gonna have to catch us on our cheat day.
What do you mean?
Cheat day, like
Every day's cheat day, man.
I don't know about that.
It's gotta be on cheat day.
She looked at me like, no. What you talking about?
She don't need
What do you mean every day's cheat day, man? Now, well, I really appreciate you coming out, man. I know it's getting kind of hot in here too, but I really thank you guys for coming out. Nah, I really appreciate the family mix.
So,
Even though this is my home, I feel like I was visiting y'all's home, and
for sure.
honestly, it felt really good to have you guys out here. I was a little nervous, but now meeting you guys in person, this energy's up there.
Yeah. Vibes always there, Oos.
Definitely.
Vibes always there.
You know, we'll definitely be in contact, and I'll make something work out. Hopefully, I get some videos, or family videos too. Picture doesn't matter. I'm not for
Sure.
anything.
Yeah, no, we locked in. No, we locked in. This is just the beginning for both of us.
Yes,
And let's just continue to work. Continue to strive for greatness.
yeah.
Don't give up. You see where it took you. Back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, you kept going. And see where it got you. And I feel like divine intervention, is, right?
Yes.
That shit real.
Oh yeah, for
That
sure.
shit real.
We've talked about it with Cornelius because
Yeah.
funny enough is that I actually bumped into him one time while I was at work. Well, I was pretty much on the lunch break. Yeah, we started talking stuff. He seemed like a cool person and stuff.
Right.
And funny enough, this was like maybe like about a month or two later. I bumped into him again, like at a way completely different location in Houston.
Right.
Random spot too. I was just walking out of the gas station. I turned around, I'm like, Cornelius.
Yeah.
And then from there we linked up and brought him into the podcast.
Very
It's-
spiritual guy, man. Talking about energies and everything, and how everything's meant to be the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
Everything's aligned. Even though you don't like the way that everything's aligned, it's meant to be that way for a reason.
Right.
And as you grow, you'll see why those reasons are put into place.
Right.
And I feel like I met Jose for a reason, and now I'm meeting you for a reason.
Yeah.
Not just that, man. Podcast is growing, thankfully, slowly but surely, but I have faith.
So listen, bro. Don't lose that. Keep on. You could have been gave up, and we wouldn't even be here. You know, you probably would have tear this down, whatever you would do, but we would not be here if it wasn't for you, working and having faith. So now, I know you told me earlier, now it's just only y'all two. So keep going, man. Keep going. You got this.